girls. I wanted to come and talk to you today about something that is really exciting for me. I have been on a journey to save $5,000 in 6 months. Now, you're probably like, why is she dressed like this? I'm just coming in from a workshop. I had to go to a workshop this morning, and I decided that when I came in, I might as well sit down and record a quick video. It's so important to have a savings. What are some reasons that we have savings? Well, something may come up. Something will always come up. If you have children, oh, forget about it. They always need something. They're always growing. They are always, if they're babies, their pamper size increase, every so often. They may go from Pampers to pull-ups. My son, he's shooting out of his clothes. One point it seemed like he was good and he was in the same size for like a year. Next thing we know, the winter time rolled around and he had no clothes for the winter because everything was hot water. So we had to go and buy him a bunch of clothes. Good thing shorts. He's still rather slim, so we were able to save some of the shorts. So if you have children, something always comes up. Adult, something always comes up too. Your car, something may happen to your car. You may lose your Metro card. There are so many things that can happen to us just because. So it's always good for us to have a savings and have something that we can fall back on. So I want to talk to you about the $5,000 savings plans. Now, this is not my work. Let me not take the credit for this, but it has been an absolute blessing for me. And I had to laugh because I have a really good friend. Her name is Rach. I call her Rach. Her name is Rachel. But we talk so much about how organized we are, and she is way more organized than I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm a mess, but I live my home life and family life out of a flexi. That are teachers, or instructional coaches, deans, whatever. Most of you know about flexis. There's a whole training on flexis, and I think it's called the Together Leader or something like that. I have the book. Never went to the training, but I have the book and the flexi. I only read through some of the book, but it keeps you together. So I keep my home life and pastor's wife church life in my flexi, and that may be too organized for some of you. I'm not telling you that you have to do that, but it keeps me organized. So let me just take you through my tabs of my flexi, because I'm proud of this. We are part of the United Holy Church, and I have my United Holy Church calendar. That's my first page. So I kind of keep that at the forefront because I am also one of the church secretaries. So I need to make sure that I'm able to give the announcements, right? So I keep that in the front, and whenever people have dates and stuff, sometimes I carry stickies with me. I carry stickies with me, because I'm organized. I'm a teacher. What can you serve? Stickies, highlighters. I carry a whole pack of teacher supplies, office supplies. Everybody has supplies. So I keep the United Holy Church calendar in the front, and then I kind of map out the church calendar. This is from June 2009. I keep that right behind the United Holy Church calendars. And there's any flyers, I'll keep that behind it. And then after that, I have my family business in the flexi. So I have like my savings, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, because that's the hot topic of today. The savings, my savings plans. And in the next flexi tabs, I have a whole system of how I keep my bills and my due dates organized. Now, this is something that I created myself. I was getting ready to pay her because I want to bless her business, but she's going to create a calendar, like for life, and a budget calendar for me with like quotes and pictures and things like that. I'm gonna put her name in the description tab, but she is, I believe she's like virtual, so I don't know if she'll be able to like get it like bounded, is that the word, to get it like bounded up for you, but it will, I think she would give it to you digitally, but you can talk to her more about that. Sure, I would not need mines like that because I use something called the Happy Planner. And with the Happy Planner, it's these rings. Some of you may know about this. The rings. Man, I should have had it, but I'll put a picture of the Happy Planner here. They're rings, and you can design it how you want to. So I got pink rings, of course. And then there is like a puncher that you use, and you would, whatever papers you want. So if you don't want to go the flexi way like me, you can go into, I believe Michael's has this, Target also, I think, sells the Happy Planner, and they also have Happy Planners that you can just buy as is. I bought one for my little sister-in-law, and she loves it, but it's like already made, right? So she keeps that and she uses that for her business and things like that, to keep herself organized. But for my life, and my bills and things like that, I use the flexi. So the next page that I have is like to keep my bills and things, and I'll show you. I have little pictures and everything on these things. And then I keep like copies of the bill, like Carnetison bill and stuff, in the back. And then finally in the next tab, I have another like overall list of this is just like the due dates, because this is the first way that I was doing it, with the calendar that I went across, but I found a better way, easier way. And then in the back of this, I just have like those free courses that they have that come across Instagram. Sign up for too many of those just to see what they have and to see if they have any information. I love to learn, so I'm always on like those feeds and things like that. If something comes up, put my name in it. I put my business address so it can like not bother my personal address. And I have like this thing, Small Wins, and it's like a whole little journal about celebrating small wins for your life. And that is how I keep myself organized. So take my flexi off. What I really wanted to come and talk to you today is about my $5,000 savings plan. And that is, this is here, this is how it looks. And as you can see, I do it a little bit different. So I, $5,000 in 6 months. I started this in June. I knew I wanted to save, and I didn't plan to save this much, but if I can, why not? I am married, we have 2 incomes, and why not save that much on top of whatever else we're saving? Why not? So if we can do this, I am planning on doing this plus more. I'm doing a great job at it already, and a little note between me and you, in between jobs. And I'm going to talk to you, that's going to be another vlog. I'm going to talk to you about that, like switching jobs. I'm in between jobs, so I'm actually not even getting paid for the month of July, but because I've been saving, we're good. I had already paid rent for the 2 months that I knew that I wasn't going to be getting paid in June. I paid June, July, a while ago, so like good. So by the time the next check and things like that comes in, I'm not. So this is why it's important to save, because you never know what might happen. I didn't even know that I would be switching jobs, but because I was saving and I had been praying for the Lord to help me manage my money, let me tell you something, ladies. It's not okay not managing your money right, especially when you are taking care of your family's money. Like, if it's just you and you're home with mom and dad, you should take advantage of that by saving even more. But a lot of folks don't, so whatever. But you just keep that in mind. You never know what's going to happen, and you never know what's going to come up for in the future. Save your money. And it took me a long time. I'm not going to sit here like you know, the Lord had to really deal with me about it. Things happened in my life that kind of like pushed me to save. Like, things happened and I had to really buckle down and really get my finances in order. And, you know, the Bible talks about everything. Oh God, I love it. But the Bible talks about like owing no man, and that is, I am on my journey to financial freedom, and I don't want to owe any man, i.e. Sally Mae, those daggone student. So you just have to save. So to my savings plan. So we get paid bi-weekly, and this is how I started. So I started June 15th, which is probably late because I should have started June 1st. But I started June 15th, and because this is weekly, I double up. So I do 2 payments on one check, on each check. So semi-monthly, bi-monthly, twice a month. And so instead of on the 15th, instead of me just paying $50, I paid $50 and $195 to my savings account, both. And then 3 and 4, $75 plus $205. So what I did for myself is this, and I did not create Pinterest. If you literally click savings in Pinterest, this comes right up. I'm not even sure who created this, but God bless you. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it got the little sparkles around it, make you feel real good. Of course, I printed it out in pink paper. You don't have to do that. But here you go. You can screenshot that right there, or you can just go to Pinterest and get this. The next thing that I did was I created a sheet, you know, regular, you know, Google Doc, whatever, created my sheet. And then I like wrote, you know, typed in $5,000 savings, June 2019 to December 2019. Course, I'm gonna have like little plants, got a little watermelon. I thought that was cute. So this is the template that I chose. This was, I think, already created. I just kind of like changed up the colors a little bit. So I kind of mapped it out until the whole year. So I would be done. Oh, okay. So yeah, no. Yeah, I will be done by December 15th. Technically, because I don't know why I'm done by September. I have no idea. I guess it's, yeah, by September 15th. So I mapped it out, and like I have the week, and I kind of like created, if you can see that, I have weeks 1 and 2, $50 and $195, and if you can see, $50 and $195, and then I have the total. So the first week I already had $245 saved. We are in, ooh, this week is, so the 15th just came. So I have, if you can add, I don't have, I think it's like 1,000 plus. I have 245, 280, and 300. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, probably like 8. But I added extra in there. Just because I said, like, if I had extra, I was going to just throw it in there. So this is what we're working with right now, according to our savings plan. So you can do this any way you want. Make it cute, make it you. Again, I printed this one out on Pinterest, and I created this one. And I'm really on, I'm saving just because, but if I could do this, which I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I'm speaking those things that are not as though they were. I am doing it. I'm doing it. So I'm doing it. You can do it. And I have a friend, she said that she is going to do maybe half. She won't do, so whatever the amount is, she's going to do half. So it's like $50, she's going to do 25, but she's going to be putting something away. So, you know, God bless you. That was Kima. She said she was going to do it. So I hope you're doing it, Kima, with me. So that's how I'm saving. Another thing that I want to show you, and this is just turning into like a financial course. So, but I think these things are great to share because, you know, it took me a really long time to get to this place, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited that I'm going to be financially free, and the next video that I'm going to be making very soon is coming up and saying that I paid blasey of student debt in months. Okay, so look out for that one. This is how I keep, and it's kind of messy, but like, you know, Lady Nettae Evans across the top, financial freedom. This is June. The way that I do this is I like kind of put a calendar at the top, and on the bottom, because I get paid, you know, twice a month, I kind of like separate the 2 months, and the calendar at the top helps me to see which bills are due so that I'm not late, because I'm trying to raise up the score, my score, so I'm being on top of it, making sure that I'm not late with the bills and paying them. And so I pay pretty much all of the 1st through the 15th bills with the check from the 30th, and any bills that are due from the 16th to the 30th, I pay that with the check that comes on the 30th. Did that make sense? So I'm paying the bills before time.